In this lesson, we're going to be discussing corner options. If you'd like to follow along, go under the File menu to Open, and in the Sample Files folder, scroll down to 0409, Round Corners Fast, and just click Open. One of the questions that I get all the time from Illustrator users who are now learning InDesign is, where is the rounded rectangle? And the answer is, there is none. But how do you round corners or add other options to your corners to change the look? Well, let me go to my selection tool and just select this graphic frame that contains an image from photospin.com. To add different kinds of corners, I would go under my Object menu to Corner Options. This feature was improved dramatically in CS5. Why don't we talk about what's going on in the dialog box? By default, all of these various fields that are showing you the options for the different corners are actually linked together. So you'll see that the link is highlighted. If I go to one of the corners and just click down from the pop-up menu, I can choose Rounded. Let me increase the radius of the corners. I'm going to click my up arrow. And you can see with each click, that radius is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Besides Rounded, there's also something called Fancy. There's another one that's called Bevel, which just bevels off the corners. There's an Inset, and also an Inverse Rounded. Let me go back to Rounded. The nice thing about this feature is the corners no longer have to be the same. Let me show you. If I click on the little link to break the link, now each corner is entirely independent. So if I choose my upper left corner, I can go to None. Maybe I'll do the same thing with my lower right corner. I'm going to choose None. So now I have a rectangle with only two round corners. I'm just going to hit Cancel. As cool as this feature is, there's a part of it that's even cooler, which is the corners are actually live. You don't even have to go into that dialog box under the Object menu. If you've been wondering what this yellow square is in the upper right-hand corner of all of my objects, if I click on that, I can actually edit my corners without having to go under any dialog box. If I click on the little diamond shape in any one of the corners, it's going to make all of the corners rounded. But what if I didn't want round corners? Maybe I wanted to choose one of the other options. If I hold down my Option key or Alt key on a PC, watch what happens. I'm actually going through all of the different options with each click. What if I make rounded corners again by clicking and dragging in? But maybe I only want two of those corners to be rounded. Well, let me go to the diamond shape, and this time I'm going to hold down my Shift key. The Shift key will confine the change to just that one corner. Watch what happens when I click and drag while holding down my Shift key. Let me do the same thing to the lower right corner. I can do a lot of the same things that I did in the dialog box right here without having to go to that dialog box. Really kind of cool. What if I wanted to change the option that was used in just one corner? Well, I can combine two of those keyboard shortcuts together. I could hold down my Option key along with my Shift key to confine the change to just the one corner. Watch what happens. And you can see only one corner is changing. So corner options in the past couple of versions of InDesign have gotten a lot better, and you can do a lot more with them. We're going to continue talking about frames and objects in the next lesson.